Right, well, it's the next day. I've made a few changes. Got rid of a couple of spots that looked like spots, probably weren't spots. And I've gone over the water one more time, just very subtly with the highlight dodge. Again, using a second layer to work on and then blending it. And in fact, I actually did have to use a mask to undo a little bit of the water. I kind of went overboard, but kept most of it in the mist. And so the image is basically ready now to be printed. I need to do output sharpening. So I'm just going to show you the image at 100%. Double click on the hourglass symbol, or the magnifying glass symbol, pardon me. So the image is decently sharp. It's had input sharpening, and but it could use a little bit of output sharpening to compensate for the spread of the inks onto the paper as they're sprayed out by the inkjet printer. Want to make sure we don't overdo it, however. I have found that the PhotoKit sharpening tools are by far the best. I've now upgraded to the version 2 suitable for my CS5, so I go up to File, Automate, PhotoKit Output Sharpener 2. Now, the output sharpening is based on the size of the print. Currently, I've got the resolution set at 240, which on this image is going to make me a print that's 16 by 13 inches roughly, well 17 by 14 inches roughly, so a decent sized print. I mean that's what you'd get on 17 by 22 paper with a decent border. Um, so 240 works quite well, and basically I choose the inkjet output sharpener and I'm printing on matte paper. On the whole, I tend to use the glossy papers for small prints. I think they look wonderful when they're held in your hand. I find that once the prints get big enough that you really don't want to hold them in your hand, and especially when you're hanging them on the wall, that you're better off with matte papers so that you don't spend your life trying to find an angle where you don't get a damn reflection. It's bad enough having to deal with the glass without having to deal with reflections in the photographic paper as well. So I'm making a matte print because of the size, and so I'm going to do my output sharpening here. Now, output sharpening is not meant to look right on screen. Basically, it's now too crunchy, but that's okay. It will print well, and that's all that matters. Unfortunately, I can't show you the print. You're just going to have to take my word for it that this will look very nice in a 14 by 17 inch print. And that's it for the image editing. I didn't feel like I'd taken things too far when I looked at it today. And now, it doesn't mean that I wouldn't print it a different way some point in the future. In my previous experience, I found that over the years I often change the way that my prints look. It's interesting because when people first came up with digital printing, they said, well, one of the problems is they're all the same. You know, you keep printing exactly the same look year after year. And of course, printers change, inks change, computers change, but more to the point, my taste changes. I'll go through a stage where I want bold and strong and dramatic, and then I'll go through a stage of my life when subtle is more important to me. And so over the years, it changes very nicely, just like it did in the wet darkroom days. It's just a little easier to produce that second print to make it the same as the first, or even slightly better. So, take care. One of these days I'll take another image and work through the editing and show you some of the other tricks, show you some blending issues that we can use. You'll notice that I did not, however, use a single uh, automatically generated mask. I didn't use the selection tool whatsoever. Why don't I when so many professionals show you how to use it? Well, quite frankly, it takes me longer to get a good selection than it does for me to move the mouse around on the mask of an adjustment layer. So I've personally found that in the 99% plus of all editing cases, I'm happier using my mouse to move around rather than using some sort of selection mask to adjust an area. Not only can I fine tune it, I can undo it in parts. I can adjust the intensity by adjusting the whole layer opacity. I can flip from white to black ink and undo it. I can adjust the intensity of the ink through the opacity of the ink, anywhere from 0 to 100%. And working with the whole selection means everything in that selection has to be adjusted to exactly the same degree. And frankly, that's not real life. It's handy for adjusting wedding dresses. It's not handy for doing fine art photography. Take care. Talk to you later.